in fact, I believe, the only company in our business model to have the cradle-to-gate sustainability platform. And it's quite interesting in a sense, because each one of our products, you simply have to scan. Oh, where's that sheet? This is the validation system I'm showing you here. Now, if you look at these QR codes, you simply scan and you can check that we are validated according to the certification in question. So as an example, Sophie, could you scan the bottom one over here?
Okay.
Which is the OEKO-TEX.
This is for bamboo and
cotton, right? So once that's scanned, it's validated
so you can
that we have the certificate, right? It's updated, and it's not like it's a certificate to prove that we are validated, right? That's important to understand that we as a company have it internally within our organization. And that's the beauty about Cradle to Gate as well. We have, behind the validation process, each one of our stocks has a unique QR code. And what that means is, once scanned, out jumps the sustainability report. And it's not just about how eco-friendly is the cotton. It has to do with social responsibility, traceability, transparency. I'm referring to the entire supply chain, not just our supply chain, but that supply chain according to our supplier of yarn. They hold the same accreditations and processes. So when we're manufacturing, from when the seed is planted and cultivated, to when the yarn is spun, to when it's supplied to us as a knitting company, we can demonstrate throughout the entire structure of the business the traceability and transparency. I've got to mention one word, which is probably the most important key word, and that is trust, honesty, because once a company understands that our products have internally been accredited by the Hohenstein Institute, they know that the product is safe to the contact of the baby's skin, for example. So, you know, the product, the sock itself, has been tested, and it has passed the stringent criteria that the Hohenstein Institute used to be able to obtain the certificate in question.
The testing is chosen according to the end use of the products. There are 4 different product classes, for example. For textiles that come into contact with baby skin, values are the strictest. That would be the product class 1. The least strict limit value applies to textiles with hardly no skin contact at all, like upholstery fabrics or curtains, and those can run under product class 4. Here we can, on the right side of the slide, see also Kingley certificates that are listed there, just a small version of these. The second part is that we use a uniform set of criteria, that is our restricted substances list, for the analysis of harmful substances. Then we also have the quality assurance via an on-site visit. That's an audit of the production site to check the process, the existing quality management, and if the information given during an application is correct. And if necessary, corrective actions, obligations are given to an applicant, and which must be fulfilled. And lastly, there are sample picks of goods that are available on the market. We buy these samples and test them to see if the goods comply with the standard 100. So that's a safety measure to make sure that all products comply with the standard 100. And if we see they don't, we take necessary action against the certificate holder. So let's take a look into the modular system of the standard 100. Here, as you can see, we have a sock, Kingley's product, and it consists of several different parts. For example, the main yarns, it might have anti-slip knobs, a sewing thread, or a small attachment, even like a bow. And also the dyeing and bleaching process of the yarn needs to be taken into account. And for each of these parts, an existing OEKO-TEX certificate can be handed in during an application. There could be the standard 100 for the textile parts, for example, the raw yarn and the textile bow, or an eco-passport for the dye stuff. And if all the components are covered by an existing OEKO-TEX certificate, there are no testing costs, or depending on the scenario, very reduced costs. I mean, if you have a dyeing process, even if it's covered by an eco-passport, some parameters have to be checked on the ready-made product itself. And important requirements that need to be checked if you hand a certificate in during the application are that the product matches the scope given in the certificate, and also the annex and product class need to match. And of course, the certificate needs to be valid. Furthermore, we now require invoices as a proof that the relationship between the supplier and the applicant is actually there.